All right. So, Mr. Clark, can you, as from my understanding of being a freeholder, they look at issues of affordable housing, revitalization of our communities. Can you speak about what your stance is on affordable housing?
Well, it's some good to affordable housing and there's some bad. I think the good is it gives everyone the opportunity for ownership or to have a place of their own. I think the bad is sometimes it's mismanaged and poor planning in the sense of just putting affordable houses anywhere and everywhere, and you overcrowd a community that can't deal with all it takes to be a homeowner or a renter or somebody who's responsible for having property. And the expectation, the liabilities, you have the upkeep. It's a lot to being a homeowner and even a renter, because you have to pay, you have to maintain the property, you have to be orderly, and there's a lot that goes along with that. And sometimes they put them in the wrong places. It's overcrowded, and things are just not done right.
So you would definitely say, since a person like yourself who's lived in the community, or a person like yourself might be a good person to be involved in the planning process of any affordable housing creation, because you would know, you would have a better sense of the needs and of that particular community, in terms of, like you said, the crowding and in terms of the parking and all that. I mean, would you say that's important to have someone in the planning process that is aware of all those needs?
Yes, absolutely, because I can relate to it. I understand it.
Right.
I'm not coming into it blinded. I have a vision. I have an understanding of it. I can recognize it. Well, a lot of people just goes off hindsight or what they want it to be. But you have to be a realist when you're dealing with people, because there's a lot of diversity out there,
right,
and you have to be able to relate and deal with everybody. You can't be closed-minded or this is the way it's going to be, because what used to be ain't no more. It's a new day. And you have a lot of people coming from all over the world into America now. And you have to be able to relate, and you have to be able to understand. So I feel you have to be well-versed, a well-rounded person in those type of fields and situations to make it work and go forward.
And in light of saying that, would you say that you find fault with previous leaders that have planned affordable housing in communities like Trenton? Would you say it's about finding fault, or would you say it's just a matter of moving forward, and planning better for the future?
I feel that it could have been planned better.
Mm-hmm.
And I think they looked at the profit over the circumstances. And a lot of times, profit will blur your vision, and then when you live right there, you can appreciate it better. That's why I'm saying someone like me would be good to represent the people of Mercer County from this perspective, because I'm right here with it every day, and I live among it and I see it, and that's what it takes. I can recognize it and work with it and work on it because I'm part of it. But when I come from somewhere else, from a different perspective, all this is something new, and sometimes it's scary and it's overwhelming, and you just can't be able to deal with it, or you just don't deal with it. You totally neglect it, and that's what's been happening. That's why I believe a lot of places like the Wilbur and other places throughout the city of Trenton and other places through Mercer County, this challenge, lack of income, blight, crime, are neglected, because you don't have anybody who's relating to it and really care about it.
Mm-hmm. And that's the uniqueness of your candidacy, because you do bring that unique perspective of being a Mercer County resident who is connected to these issues and sees them every day.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
And I feel that we need diversity. We need different people with different perspective of society and reality to sit on the Freeholders Board, or any commission when you're dealing with people's lives and trying to do the right thing and move forward. You need all kinds. You just can't have one set of philosophy or one group of people to represent us all. We need some of everybody. That's what makes the world go round. You know.
Bring new perspectives to the table.
Absolutely.
Right.
And it has never been that way. It's just been the same old, business as usual. That political process. Certain individuals knows what's best for everybody. The way we did business in the 50s, they want to do business like that in the 2000s. No, it's a much progressive, it's a much technology world now. So you can't do things like you used to. The basics, but you got to be more of outreach. You got to be more grassroots. You can't be naive. You got to be open-minded and fair to everybody.
Right. And you spoke about grassroots. Now, like some would say that, you know, since you haven't really received that much grassroots backing, you know, how do you combat that? I mean, how do you overcome that?
Hard work, commitment, and dedication.
Yeah.
I'm a true believer of the spiritual world, and as like Jesus Christ and many others who've been testimonies for all of us. They have all walked alone on their journeys, but through the grace of God in the end, they all was victorious, and they all got their meaning and fulfilled their purpose. And I believe through God's grace and mercy, I'll be able to fulfill mine.
Indeed. Thank you for your time.
Thank you again, sir.